Hey, this is Slap Out Lash Girl Melissa. Welcome back. What do you think, girl? Red lipstick. Something I don't ever do. And very neutral, beautiful, kind of glamorous golden eye, but it is a neutral so that, when you look at my face, you see the eyes, but you're drawn to the red of the lip. It's just a really iconic kind of look. And I want to show you how to get this eye look. It's so simple, so easy. You'll be able to do it. I talk you all the way through it. So if you want to know how to get it, just keep watching, girl. Okay, this is what she looks like before any eyeshadow or anything like that. And I did do my brows. I've done, my foundation, my blush, my bronzer, all those good things. Contoured my little nose. I like contouring my nose, I really do. But I don't have anything yet on my eyes at all. So the first thing that we're going to have to use is an eye primer. Grab your eye primer of choice. I'm going to use Younique's. It's the only one I've ever really used that I really like. It does have a little bit of tackiness. You want to put just a little bit on your fingers. And yes, I have a boo-boo on my finger. We had a baby shower last weekend for my daughter. And I was trying to put a table up, one of those folding tables. And when I went to grab it, to turn it on its side, the little bracket kind of came together and it just pinched my finger really bad. So pay no attention to the nasty finger. It really does hurt though still. So, but I got to wear a Band-Aid or I just can't do anything. So there you go. Put that all over your eyes. Then we're going to grab my bullet brush. They're my favorite. And we're going to grab some It's by Pores. Ooh, I need to put a little bit in here. I always put it inside the little cap. It makes it just so much easier to get, and you can tap it off. You don't want a whole lot. You just want to be able to set this tackiness that's already kind of feeling, like I said, and I tell you every time, if it's too tacky and you go to put your color on, it will grab that color and hold it in that one area, and then you'll be stuck trying to blend it all out. So it's best to do this and just kind of pat it in really lightly, and then you'll go back and touch it and go, okay, it's not tacky anymore. This has sealed the deal. And then you can place any colors you want to on top of it. I even use the liquid eyeshadows on top of doing this same technique right here. So it works well for those as well too. But okay, now this is what we're going to do. This is my palette of choice that I just love, love, love. But I'm only going to use two colors out of here. You're going to need a dark color, a light color, and this is the two I'm going to use. I'm going to use Marvelous. I'm going to use Astute. Now these are pressed powder matte eyeshadows by Younique. You probably have something already. If you have something already, use this. I'll list everything below that I'm using. And this top just screams, like Christmas. It's Christmassy looking. I just love it. Love it. I love these earrings. These are my favorite earrings. I've had these for years, but they go with like everything. Everything. So, all right, let's get started. Let's get started with this. Now, the first thing that we're going to do, you're going to need a fluffy crease brush, and that's what I always recommend you start with. And I want to show you a little bit about your hooded eyes, though, first. So you can look at my eyes and tell if I'm looking at you straight on, I don't have much of a lid. That means I have hooded eyes. This one is a little more downturned than this side. And you can look in, if you're, you've got more skin here than you wish to have. You see, I have that little skin that kind of comes down and lays, and then it goes right back down. So my crease is like way down here. So we're going to start, when you start this process, if you've got the hooded eyes, you're going to take this right here and you're going to dip this down into your transition color, which is going to be like 1 or 2 shades darker than your natural skin tone. There you go. Astute is great for me. I love Astute. Get it right on the end and look straight into a mirror. If I do it right here with you, I would put my little dot way up here. You see that? Now, there's where you want to begin, and because it's above my natural crease. And that's what we're trying to create, is above the natural crease. It's like this. You're going to do windshield wiper motions, just kind of back and forth, spreading that color out. Now, I'm only going to do one eye for you like I always do, and then I'll come back and I'll have the other eye already done. I do it off camera for you. I don't want these videos to be so long, but I do want you to understand the techniques behind stuff. Now, if you wanted to use a crease brush for this, you could definitely use that, but I love this brush. This brush allows you to blend, and it just, placement is the key. It allows you to place the eyeshadow where you want it to be. And right now, it's right above my natural crease. See that? Girl, girl. All right, so I'm going to grab my other colors really quickly because I just realized I didn't get them out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I got my palette. And this, though, I need to put this on here. This is, you don't have to use this part if you don't want to. If you have a pressed powder foundation that you love, that's kind of light but not too light, I always place this right up here. This is Younique's pressed powder foundation. Yes, you can use it up here. You can. I like it because it's not too light. It's a perfect kind of color for me. I can always come back and add a little highlight if I want to with it. But it does help to cover up some imperfections that you may have up in this area. Maybe you got some brown spots. I have a brown spot that runs through my brow there. So that's the reason I like to use it. And then we'll come back and add Astute and kind of blend Astute right up into it. Very light-handed. Now look, I'm holding this way down here at this end. So that's where you want to hold it. Least amount of pressure because you're not trying to push all this in. Up here would be too much. And you wouldn't be able to see what you're doing. Your hand would be in the way. But when you do it this way, you see that? It gives you a beautiful, beautiful color there. Now, I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of the dark color. I'm going to do the lid part last. That's why I had to get out this fabulous palette for you. And we are going to use the color Marvelous. Marvelous is like a chocolate brown. I love it, love it, love it. It is one of my favorite colors. We are going to use a crease brush. I'm going to use Younique's crease brush. And we're going to take this and go right like this. Take it like that. Dip it in. Get it right on the end. Don't want a whole lot to start with. You just kind of want to map this out. Now, typically what I'll do is start about right in here. About a third of the way in. And I'm going to draw me a line right there with this beautiful color. Okay, I'm just starting the color. And I'm not dragging it down at all. I'm going to dip a couple of dips right back into it. And then we're going to come right back up here. And we're going to add, we're doing the outer V. And you see how lightly I'm doing it? Now, yeah, am I holding up my, my skin? Just a little bit. You might need to. You can do that. It's okay. Because it doesn't matter about this. I mean, you're just putting the color in one spot anyway. And we're not adding a whole lot of color at this point. I'm just getting my outer V. And you see, I went ahead and did my brows first. So now I have a direct area that I can see and line it right up to my brow. You only want to come up just a tad right here. And then you're going to come back in slightly. And see, it looks like a V. You're going like this or a backward 7. Some people call it a backward 7. And I'm going to kind of blend it in just a little bit, not a whole lot. Now, when I add this other color, it's really going to make this look like super pop, okay? It is. This color is amazing. This is Younique's Volume Palette number 3. And the colors in this are fantastic. I have used these before. I did the TikTok method with this one. I have a video on that. But I'm going to use this color right here in the middle, which is called Considerate. How considerate of it to be in the middle. We're going to use this brush here. This is Shader Liner Brush. It does have the liner parts this side, and this is the part you want to use. Now, when you're working with your lids, and you're working with colors like these, because these are really highly pigmented, you don't need a whole lot of this. You just want to place it. This is not like a pressed eyeshadow at all. They're kind of creamy, but they're powder. Does that make sense? That's what these are. But the payoff color on these is amazing. But you do not want to swipe this on. If you swipe this on, you're going to see every skin cell on your lid, and you're not going to like it. Especially if you're in your late 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and even 80s. You want to get a flat brush that you can control, and you want to place this color right where you want it. And Pat is your friend. Remember that. You have a friend named Pat. Pat is your friend right now, and you are going to pat this color all over your lid, just like that. No swiping. That way you have more control of where things are going. You see that? How beautiful is that? Now I'm going to come back and grab a little bit more of it, and we are going to bring it more up into the corner and a little bit up in this area here, because I want that color payoff. And I'm going to tap it off on my hand if you feel like you have too much. And then press it all in, because we are going to, don't worry if you get a little bit too much in the corner, if you feel like you do. I kind of like it in the corner, but we can come back. I'm going to come back and add some highlight there anyway, but I'm going to use a matte over it. So that will help kind of mattify it down here in the corner. I always like my inner corner not to be shiny, but there is a beautiful color in Addiction Palette 9 that I love to use, and we will be grabbing that once I get to that point. But right now, I'm just patting in the gold because this is what really makes your eye pop. This gold is amazing. So pretty. Now we're going to come back and guess what? We're going to dramatize it out now. So we're going to use Marvelous again. This color here. We're going to grab Marvelous and we're going to dip this in. Now we're going to really pack on this color to give it more dramatic kind of look. Let me see if I can get some color on here. There we go, girlfriend. I got it. I didn't hit it hard enough. Now I'm going to pack it in and then I'm going to blend it out. You see that? I've already made my 7. I've already made that backward 7 or outer V. So packing this color in. I know that's a different technique, but that's my idea. I packed it in and then I blend it inward. Don't go out, go in. Go inward like this, right where you started, where that line is, and kind of blend it in over that gold, just a little bit. And then you're going to blend it up and then over. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? I love this look. Wait till we add the liner and the mascara. And it is so, so, so beautiful when you do that. So beautiful. And I'm trying to decide. Now, let me tell you this. You can use a chocolate eyeliner. You can use black. It depends on how dramatic you want your eye to look. I cannot remember the other night if I used Proper or if I used Perfect. Now, Perfect is a black liner by Younique, and Proper is also a chocolate brown. So you can keep it, if you don't want anything looking harsh on your eyes, then use a brown color. Now, I'm probably going to use the brown today, because I'm going to have this color on my face all day today. And, you know, it is kind of a dramatic look. And I am going to have a dramatic lip at the end. A matter of fact, let's go ahead and put some Hottie on my lips so that when I get to my lips, they'll be all ready and plump and ready for that gorgeous red lipstick you're going to see me do. Now, I'm not a red lipstick person, but this one is really pretty. And I'm going to give you 2 different options, okay, in the red lipstick. You might like that siren red, and if you do, I have that. I kind of like mine to be more of a ruby color, a little darker red, but look how beautiful that is. Oh, I hope you love this. I hope you have some colors like this and you can practice, and if you don't, then you can grab the ones from Younique. That's fine too. I think it's just beautiful. It's just a beautiful eye color. Now, I am going to use, which one of these do I want to use? I like this brush right here. I don't even know the name of this one. This was a Jaclyn Hill JH. It looks like 40, it's either 48 or 49. I can't read it, or 40. No, it's JH 40. This is like a little bullet brush. You see how it's shaped? This is a really great brush for taking the color right underneath here, which is what we're going to do, like this. And then I am gonna use the color, I don't know, which one should I use? Should I use black or should I use, I think I'll use brown. Let's use brown today. Now, if you want more drama mama eye, then use the black liner. See how easy that is? Because you put it right on the end. It's got like a little angled tip to it. It's really nice for adding this color underneath here, and you can kind of blend with it as well. And you can keep it all in the same, you know, going straight up. Now, remember now, if you get some fallout, you can clean this up with a little concealer, but don't do it until you're absolutely done with your eye. So if you don't have, since we don't have Proper, I'm going to show you a dupe maybe that you can use. This is Proper. And then this is a NYX color. And both of them are the dark brown, you see, very similar. And this one is called, with NYX, it's called dark brown. How appropriate. Dark brown. This one's called Proper. I'm going to use Proper. The reason I love our eyeliners so much is that they are waterproof. So for us older ladies who have watery eyes, like I do in the morning sometimes, I do have the watery eyes. And what I'm going to do now is I'm not drawing big wings, okay? We are going to like smoke this out just a little bit. So let me show you. I start right here and I bring it inward, and I only come as far as my pupil. Now, if you have wide set eyes, then you can bring it all the way into the corner if you wish. If I did that, my eyes, they're already close set. So I want my eyes to have the appearance of being wider set. So I don't bring it all the way in. I stop in this area, but I am going to kind of pack on this color. I think it's beautiful. This is my favorite. This should be back in stock in like January. I looked it up and I'm kind of bummed, but it's okay. Now I'm going to take right here in this corner where my lashes start going up, and I'm going to add the pop of this. And this is going to give you the drama. Now, imagine if you use black and then just draw it back to meet the line you started with. And of course, when I hold it out, it's going to go back in, right? So I'm going to grab this brush here. This is my It's Cosmetics brush. I love it. It's a crease brush. It's very soft. And what we're going to do is diffuse this line. We're going to come in and we're going to kind of blend it out. I don't want, this is supposed to be a soft, beautiful, glam look. But for us older ladies, sometimes we need to soften those lines, and that's what I'm doing. We're softening that line that we just created. And if you're working with something that's waterproof like these, you need to go ahead and do that right then when you apply it, so that you don't want it to set before you get a chance to do it. Now, let's blend this all out. You're wondering, why hasn't she blended yet? But now I'm going to blend. So this is my It's blending brush. I'll list all these below. These are my favorite. This is my favorite blending brush ever. I'm sure there's some great ones out there, but this one has been my tried and true friend for years. Yeah, it has. I've had it a long, long time. I was really into the It's line at one time. There's so many fabulous ways of doing makeup and stuff. It's just amazing. Now, this is something else I'm going to do. I'm going to take this same brush that we used to kind of blend that out, and this is proper. And we're going to take a little bit of proper. Now, remember now, I said if you got watery eyes, you can do this right here, okay? Get it right on the end, kind of tap it off, and you can bring some of this wonderful color right down under here. And then it's not going to kind of bleed out anywhere. It's going to stay where you put it. Why? Because it's a waterproof eyeliner. And then it'll kind of set the powder that we already had there. How pretty is that, girl? Ooh, don't you love it, Liz? Okay, so now we're going to grab Addiction Palette, number 9. And this is the color I was talking about, this really light color right here in the corner. I love it. It's such a pretty color. And let me see what I want to use. Let's use this little bitty tiny brush right here. We can use this brush. This is like a concealer brush. Doesn't matter. Just make sure it's small. Get some of that gorgeous color on there. And make sure you tap it off on your hand so you don't have too much. And then you're just going to place this right in here. In this inner corner. And you see exactly where I'm going with it. I'm kind of mattifying just a little bit of that gold in the corner. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to bring it right down in here in the inner corner. And sometimes I bring it right underneath. And it really does open up that corner eye. Let's do a little bit more right here. I really want to open it up. Now, what this does for me, it makes my eyes seem wider apart, because I have the light right here and then they go out. So look at the difference in my eyes. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to grab mascara, and we are going to add some mascara to this, and that will change the whole universe for you when you add the mascara. Now you see how I'm mattifying that out now? So if you get too much color, if you feel like you have too much shiny color here, you can use a matte and a light color, and then all you got to do is just pat it in. And girlfriend, that's pretty. That is just pretty. All right, let me grab my mascara, and we're going to add some wow factor to this eye look. Okay, so look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I just love, love, love these colors together. And the ladies on Ladies Night loved this look. I did too. That red lip is really what made it so spectacular, because I'm having a neutral eye, so I'm going to do a bold lip. And right now that Hottie is working, girl. I feel that peppermint. It has peppermint oil in it. It's plumping up my lips. I love it. This is 4D mascara. You've seen me use this a bazillion times, but it is my favorite. And you cannot find anything better, I think. Man, I'm sure there's a lot of great mascaras out there, but this is my absolutely hands down favorite. And this has Y-shaped fibers in it. So it's a one-step mascara that can give you kind of the falsy eyelash look, which is what I love. And I know I shouldn't come over my nose, but I do. It's the way I learned how to do mascara. I don't know how I learned how to do mascara, not really. I've been wearing it a long time, since I was a teenager, so, you know. I've tried, this took some practice doing this right here, as I was so used to going over my nose that I would always get it on my nose. Always. Somewhere on the bridge of my nose, I would mess everything up, and then I learned to let it dry, and then take a spoolie. Once it's dried, then you can just kind of scrape it off. So if you have that habit like me of going over your nose, be prepared to have a spoolie and be prepared to let it dry. You have to let it dry. If you don't let it dry, then it's going to smear everywhere. I've had that happen too. So that's how we learn. We learn by trial and error, right? That's what life is about. Oh, Lord. I get the happy smile every time I see my lashes using this. Now, I do like to let it dry just a tad, you know, between these coats. So I'm going to let it kind of dry. And I'll probably come back and touch it up. I always do. I always like to come back and get a final coat on it. But I like to let it kind of sit for a few minutes and then come back and do that. And then there's a special technique that I do right at the very end. So I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to do my other eye. And then we're going to come back and we're going to do the most fabulous red lip. Okay, are you ready for this lip thing? This always makes me nervous. I don't know why red lips make me nervous. They shouldn't, right? Really? But I am going to use the color Drop Dead. And then this color here is called Wealthy. Okay, so one is a matte and one is a cream. This is a creamy and this is a matte. So this one here is like really fire engine red. It'll be pretty with this look also. It's just a little too bright for Lisser. But this one is more of a ruby red color, and I love it. Now see, this is my color. I like something just a little deeper toned. And then you're going to use a red lip liner. And I'm going to use Younique's red lip liner in the color Pride. These are the new retractable lip liners. See, they go up and down like that. And then at the end here, if you really wanted to shape that tip to make it more pointed, this is a little sharpener. So just so you know, a two-in-one thing. And it is retractable, like I said. Now, this is a really pretty color. Now, I am going to apply this entire color to my lips and all of them. I'm going to line first and then fill it in. That's what I did this week. And it turned out so pretty. Now, I'm going to overline just a tad here in this area. Don't be scared of red lips. I am scared of red lips. I'm sorry. This one I'm not, though. When I put this on this week, I was really, really, really happy with it. It was beautiful. I didn't realize, you know, you don't want, but just keep in mind, you don't want your eyes competing with your lips. So you don't want like crazy. You want a neutral eye if you're going to do a red lip. Because the lips will wind up being the focal point for sure. Because they're red. So you see how light I'm doing this? I start off really light. And then I just build the color like that. Around. Get the nice little outline. And I'm just following the natural line of my lips. Except for right here. I am over accentuating it just a tad. All right, now we're going to turn this sideways and we're going to fill it in. Now, however, if you just like this and you don't want a lipstick, then you can just wear this. I thought about that. It is pretty if you just fill it in, and you can put a gloss over it or maybe some Hottie over it if you wanted to. Clear, like lip gloss. I kind of just fill it all in really lightly Red, girlfriend. Red. You know one thing about red lips? They make your teeth look really white. Yes, they do. I noticed that the other night when I was done with it. Now, you can use a lip liner, a lip brush if you want to apply this. I didn't the other night. Oh, that's the wrong one. This is the one I want. This one is Drop Dead. Drop Dead. How pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Now, I'm going to apply it. I'll just follow the natural lines around my lips. Now, I did add a lip gloss to it, and I will do that today. But the one thing about these lip liners, they dry, and then they're kissable and they don't come off. So in my mind, I thought if I put it all over, then it's going to grab this color that I'm using, and it's going to last a little longer. Now, these lipsticks are designed to come off just a shade at a time. Minimal. So the color payoff is wonderful, but also the wearability of it is great too. So keep that in mind. Now, this is the creamy. So it's going to have a little sheen to it. See, I love this color. I do. And I'm not a red lipstick kind of girl, but you know what? When you're going to have Christmas pictures made, just imagine if you did a neutral eye like this in your lips. It's just going to be gorgeous. I might start doing this with just simple, I don't feel like Marilyn Monroe by any way, but she had the great lips, girls. All right, I'll let that set for a second. But what I'll do is I'll come back and probably add a little bit of this color here. This is the color Loyal. It is a lip gloss, and it's a no color, so it's going to give me a little shine payoff. And you can probably tell I probably used it because, see, it's the little red on the end. Because I used it the other night. And I'm just going to dab it like this. And then transfer it this way. And then put a little here and a little there. See that? How pretty that is? I'm not going to put it all over. Only in the center. That way, it gives you a more pouty look. What do you think? That is so easy to do, isn't it? Really. I used I used these three products: a liner, a lipstick, and a gloss. Simple glam. Simple glam, girlfriend. Now, the only thing I have left to do, of course, is my Madison beer, and you know I love this stuff. Shake it up, girl. Shake it. And you know what? A lot of people have bought this. They have. I wished I had found this sooner for you, because this would have solved a lot of our problems as we age. Look at that. It's a luminizer. It's a setting spray too, which is awesome. Twofold. It's a great product. Spray it on your blending bud that is moist. Remember, not dripping wet, but moist. And then you're going to come over here on this side, and you're going to do the same thing. Now, this is where I like my highlight, right through the center of my face. And so this is what I've been using instead of just using illuminators. You know, like adding more powder to your face and stuff. I love it. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me lay this down. I don't want to lose it. All right, so what do you think? All right, let me bring my hair around. Let's fluff up the hair. There we go. Oh, I love this look. I just do. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. Oh, wow. It's probably one of my most favorite iconic looks, you know, for Christmas. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. So let me sit back. And it just, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Now, I did use the spray foundation today. And what else did I use? Oh, I used the Lancome concealer. I did use that. We have a new product. I don't know if this product is going to hang around or not. It was in our Steals and Deals for Younique for this Christmas. But it is a Prime and Set Mist. So, what I've done is, it's so light and breezy on your face. And you shake it up. But what I did, when I did my under eyes, I sprayed it on my fingers, like these two, and I dabbed it underneath here. And I'm just going to tell you the staying power of it. I've used it for a couple of days this way, and it's really helped my under eyes. There is no creasing. My makeup does not move at all. So I'm going to spray my whole face with this, and hopefully, wow, it's so light. It's so different from getting like a regular setting spray and spraying it on your face. It's a nice fine mist. And it just settles onto your face. It's very cooling. I love it. Hopefully, cross your fingers that Younique will keep this product because I do love it. And I did order 2, just in case they didn't, because I do like it that much. All right. Oh my goodness. I'm hoping that y'all have a fabulous Christmas. I'm hoping that you try this out. Please do. I think you will love it. Let me look down just a little so you can see what it looks like. You know, isn't that pretty? All right, girlfriends. I'm so glad y'all hang out with me here on Sundays. I really enjoy it. And you know what? It's going to be stormy here today. But this is Saturday. I filmed these on Saturday, but you see it on Sunday, okay? Now, I got to walk around like this all day. I'm not going to feel bad about walking around with red lips today. I'm really not. My husband hates red lips, but I don't care now because I think that is so pretty. I do. I think it's beautiful. And you need to say to yourself every day, you know, if you want to wear red lips, do it. Do it. If it makes you feel good, do it, girlfriends. I swear you'll have the most happy feeling inside of you when you do something good for yourself every week. And don't forget, I love to high five you. Oh, that's my dirty hand. That's where I'm high fiving you on this with my bad finger. But anyway, I hope to see you here again next Sunday. Please like and share and click that notification bell. And you know what? Subscribe too. And I will see y'all next Sunday. I hope you have a fabulous week.